Seiko SRPE99J is the reference I have here, the Seiko PADI. Let's look at the box first. This is how it came. The reference number and the retail price, $575 US is the retail price. However, you can purchase it for a lot less. And here I'm covering. I didn't know that now the boxes have your serial numbers, so just the first two are 5D. That means it's December 2025. This version, and here we have these look like battery codes for quartz, I believe. Yeah, it looks like quartz batteries, voltages, and all that. That's pretty neat. Calibers right here. Looks like solar or quartz. So I just bought this, well, 1 or 2 months ago. Let's see. Comes with this white box. Now I will say that I did think that the PADI, I had seen that this would come like on a special black box, but I came to know later on that those were from the boutique, and I bought this from an authorized dealer in the United States. Yeah, I got it for a great deal. There was a coupon code. I bought the very last one on the authorized dealer website. It was a smallish store, I'd say, and with a coupon and everything, I bought this for $365 US, $360 US. With, you know, shipping and taxes and everything, total cost came to be around $395 USD, which I still think, you know, for all in all, for this piece is a good price. Comes with this warranty booklet and the warranty card, so there's 3 years of international warranty. I believe nowadays, whichever Seiko you buy worldwide, it'll come with 3 years worldwide warranty by default. Someone correct me if wrong. I think that's how it is now. Even if you bought it in Japan, you know, usually if you bought a JDM watch in Japan, it was just 1 year warranty. If you bought it from authorized dealer, now it's 3 years. So here's the warranty card. The older, as you recall, the older warranty cards were like light blue. Now it's a little bit slate gray. Seikos do not come now with warranty booklets. I'm sorry, manuals, the movement manuals. They now come with, you have to like QR code or download them. And this is the box. It comes with this whitish gray box. And here she is in this pillow. Absolutely beautiful. I had always wanted this Pepsi. You know, when I first began with watches in 2019, I remember seeing this a lot, you know, on watch videos and on Amazon. I remember, and I always wanted this. 6-7 years ago, I have always wanted to own this Pepsi, and finally I have it. So this PADI comes with the following. Let me remove this pillow. So comes with this tag, this prospects tag with the reference. Comes with the PADI tag as well, like a little blue string. And you know, I like to keep absolutely everything, so I even keep the case back sticker, little bag, and the extra links that I removed. So this comes with the pink and the pin and color system, which some do not like. However, I love the system because it's practically bulletproof. You don't have to baby it at all. Yeah, there is a learning curve, but you know, just check a tutorial. I'd recommend Long Island watch. Do that tutorial and should be a breeze later on. You do have to be careful, but I like the system because yeah, it won't get you know, screws get screwed, pun intended. Pins can fall out or break, but the pin and collar system, yeah, it's basically bulletproof for a lifetime. So this watch, originally the Turtle PADI Pepsi was the SRPE21, released in 2016 along with a black and a blue version, and I think there's a Coke version. And around 2020-2021, this SRPE99 was released, which is basically the same as the other PADI except for the loom at 3 o'clock, and at the back there's, you know, a different text, but that's basically it. Some say that the SRPE21 has a lighter blue shade, so I think that's a possibility. This is kind of dark. At some angles it looks black, and at some, you know, when there's sun, the sunburst dial looks a lot lighter. Right now the sun is going down, so it's hard to see a lighter shade, but I do like that it's like a royal, very dark navy blue, which I like very much. Now, something interesting about this one is that this was purchased at an AD in the US, and it has made in Japan on the dial, and the date value, as you see, is in English and Spanish. Historically, you know, an MIJ, a made in Japan dial, would either have kanji, most likely kanji, or it would have an Arabic dial, you know, like the SKXJ versions. But this is a novelty, I believe, in that for the past few years, since 2020-2021, Seiko started doing made in Japan dial and made in Japan caseback with an English and Spanish date wheel. I don't think that's happened before. I don't recall before, so that's something unique. I don't know why. So the finishing on this PADI is just superb. You know, I definitely noticed that it was a step above my SKX, the finishing. Yeah, just the transitions between the top brushed parts to the side polished parts are just a lot more drastic, so it's, you can tell the finishing. This does have solid end links as well. So yeah, the very first thing that I noticed was that it was heavy, and you know, I was expecting this watch to be bigger on paper. So this is 45 millimeters by 47.7 lug to lug, 13.4 millimeters thick, and 22 millimeters of lug width. So I did expect that, but yeah, it took me a couple days to get used to it because it is a hefty piece. I think it's one of my heaviest pieces, but after a couple days, you know, you get used to it, and it did fit my 6.5 inch wrist. But be aware that it is a, you know, heavy chunk of steel, with which some people, you know, may like that. So bracelet again. So the bracelet features a oyster type bracelet with polished sides, and those thin like layers in the middle are polished, so you have a little bit of shininess in the middle, but it's mostly very toolish. Solid end links, and as you would expect, pressed clasp here, the double system flip lock. It is hollow, so that is a negative for some. I really don't care. I actually think it's nice and thin under the wrist, so, and it's already very heavy, and if it were, you know, melted, it would be a lot heavier, so I'm fine with that, really. I love that the bezel is aluminum, because it will, you know, patina with the years very beautifully. So here's my 009. As you can see, the see that red part has just patinaed beautifully. I can't wait for the PADI to you know, to patina like this bezel, the red part. And you know, red scientifically and technically, the color red will patina faster than I believe any other color, and blue tends to patina fast as well, but not as fast as red. So this watch, so the MSRP is $575, but it looks like it's been getting harder and harder to find this model. When I looked for this model 2 or 3 months ago, I looked at Long Island Watch, and he was out of stock of this reference. And I even emailed him, and he told me that he won't be getting this anymore. And a lot of authorized dealers in the US have this model out of stock. Seiko USA has this model out of stock. And on Amazon, the prices seem a bit higher than I recall seeing them. So as you can maybe read between the lines, my intuition is that this may be discontinued soon, or because with Seiko you never know. It doesn't matter that it's a very popular selling model. They killed the SKX. Maybe it would happen to these, and it would make sense from a financial, well, it doesn't make too much sense from a financial point in the sense that it's a big seller, but maybe they want to concentrate on the King Seikos. So those are more expensive, and they feature ceramic bezels and sapphire crystals in the Cyclops. This has Hardlex crystal. So if you are interested in this model or the SRPE93, I'd probably not wait until we are 100% sure that it's been discontinued, because I think these will have the same fate as the SKXs in that they will be I think they'll be very popular, and these are, I think they have all the tell signs to be future classics, this one, because this one in particular was the very first turtle with a Pepsi configuration. Well, technically it was the SRPE99, but it's about the same thing, except the Lumet 3. So I think this model and its black version, the 93, will be very, very, popular, and even more harder to find, just like the SKX when they were discontinued. These have the 4R36 movements, which they are proven workhorses. I believe these 4R was released around 2011, 2012, 2013, around that time. And it's basically a 7S26 with 24 joules and hacking and hand winding. So it's a proven workhorse. Mine is running around -8 to -10 seconds per day, which, as compared to my other watches, it is a little bit slow, but technically it is within specs. I could fairly easily have it regulated by my trusty watchmaker. He can do it, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or less, and he'll charge me very little. However, this one, I want to keep this one pristine in the sense, I want to keep the case back closed from factory until it really needs a service, and you never know. Sometimes with these movements, they take a couple months to settle in. So if it stays like that, it's not a huge deal, because I want to try as long as I can to keep the case back closed before a service. So the serial is from December 2025, so it's only 8-9 months old, so it's very new. Lubricants are still fresh, so probably won't need a service for 5-10 years easily on a December 2025 made watch. And I just love the minute hand. It has that red touch to it, and I just love how sporty this watch is. I have so many black dial watches that I kind of went like on a Pepsi craze. First with this one, the 009, which I bought new old stock. This is from 2008, 2006 or 2008, I forgot. and this Pepsi. I think they make a great pair. Yeah, definitely this is a notch above in pretty much everything, this one. I will say that, you know, there's nothing like an SKX on the wrist regarding comfort for me, but yeah, this is like an SKX on steroids a little bit. Here it is on my 6.5-inch wrist, the OEM bracelet. I think it's pretty well made. It does have solid end links, but male end links, so it will protrude a little bit more, a couple millimeters over your wrist. So yeah, I make it a female ending strap from Uncle Straps, probably. This does look really nice with rubber, so I do wear this on rubber sometimes. I actually bought the SRPE99 silicone strap. It's a little bit long, but it's very comfortable. I bought this from Japan, and I do think that these offer solid value for money. They offer a lot of value for money for you know, the legendary cushion case by Seiko, the turtle, which began in 1976. And the very first turtle with a Pepsi colored configuration, screw down case back, screw down crown, highly legible, legendary loom, incredible loom. All of you know that. I don't have it's a little bit still in the day right now, but the loom is fantastic. I'd say it's a little bit better than my SKX. So the loom plots are just, I have no way of measuring them, but they just seem a tiny bit larger on the turtle than this one. So that means that, yeah, it will, yeah, it just glows a bit more. So yeah, it beats probably, yeah, any diver in my collection right now in the loom department. So yeah, it's another good characteristic regarding value for money is that there's a ton also of aftermarket options regarding bracelets, and you can get sapphire and even bezel inserts and crowns, signed crowns. However, I like to keep everything OEM original. You know, that's the way it was intended by factory. I might just change the bracelet and that's it. I love the PADI text on the dial. So this is a special edition, not to be confused with a limited edition. So this is not limited at all. You know, there's already thousands of these. So it's a special edition because, you know, the relationship with PADI, the Professional Association of Diving Instructors. And there's several PADI divers already. There's with the samurais, and there's a gorgeous new turtle with a light blue colored PADI with sapphire and cyclops. I love that one. That one is limited. I believe it's limited to 8,000. That's just gorgeous. Yeah, I did have the option to buy, you know, for not too much higher, a king turtle. You know, there was a beautiful one. I believe the reference is the SBDY125. That's like a light blue turtle, and I think that it was a close call, but I just wanted to always have this PADI. And it remembers, you know, I remember in 2019, you know, just, you know, browsing online and just seeing this PADI and thinking, man, that's a gorgeous watch. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with this one. I'm 100% sure that I will never ever part with this one. It's just so special because it's my first turtle as well in my collection. So yeah, there's not really much else to say. I know there's a lot of videos already on this model, but I hope you learned something from my review, and thank you for being here.